landlords in this town are a pain. In my experience, I've had a couple. Some were decent and some were not so decent. One of them, we ended up having, I don't know the right word, feces flowing through our backyard for about a month before it got fixed. That was inappropriate in every level.
All of the apartments at this house had really bad carpets, and they probably contracted a lot of diseases or something. But here's what the carpet looks like. And since our landlord did nothing about it, we took the situation into our own hands and started putting hardwood floors in.
The grass in the front, they told us that as soon as we moved in, they would clear out the yard and plant new grass. It took the entire summer for them to even get started on cleaning it up. And now that grass is growing, it's not really grass, it's just weeds. So we're kind of even worse than when we started, I guess.
Allie Cameron, a second year at Cal Poly, lives on one of San Luis Obispo's biggest party streets, Hathaway. She lives with 4 friends who each pay $750 a month in rent. The girls knew the previous tenants had experienced problems with the landlords, but after meeting with them last year, they thought things would be okay. However, once they moved in, things started going downhill.
We were just high school.
A few blocks away, on a less popular street, Trevor Howells lives in a house with other members of his fraternity, where he pays $500 a month for his own room. Since June when he moved in, Trevor has had constant problems with the house. The roofs have collapsed, the carpets have molded, and the windows have been broken. While some of these problems arise because of the fraternity's parties, others have nothing to do with the parties, yet their landlord still refuses to help.
Alright, so compared to the old carpet we had in that apartment, we put new hardwood floors in this apartment out of our own pockets. Our landlord did nothing about it. He saw it. He was actually kind of mad at us compared to the old carpets and said he didn't want to reimburse us.
Here we go, listen closely.
Student population for us, probably somewhere around 55%, I'm going to guess, to 60% maybe. Students are usually more wear and tear, more apt to have maybe problems with parties and noise and deck cards and those kinds of things.
How about like a driveway with potholes that you could trip and break your ankle in? Like multiple of them? Or even, the best of all, 2,000-pound retaining wall that just falls over into the house.
This retaining wall right here fell over about 2 months ago. We paid our landlord rent on time. He's told us to get it out of here the day after it happened. Second time it happened again 2 years ago, where then we had a tree which was leaning on the house, so he had to come down and cut the tree off so it wouldn't fall into the house. And the retaining wall is still here.
We had some problems with the screens they put on. There were earlier security problems with the old tenants with break-ins, like multiple break-ins, and they were often blamed for leaving their windows and doors unlocked, which is fair, they did do that, but we've been a lot more careful. We lock all our doors and windows. The screens that they put up for safety have been crowbarred off, and it's like pretty apparent that we didn't try and break into our own house. They haven't been successful so far, but our landlords have been blaming us for breaking into our own rooms because we locked ourselves out, or for having a party and destroying the windows, which isn't true. You can tell that someone's obviously trying to break in, and it's definitely happened on more than one occasion.
But our maintenance and response to maintenance should not be any different whether we're a student, a single adult, family, doesn't make a difference. If there is something wrong with a unit, you have to call. Sometimes maybe they don't call and they let things go by, and then when we really have to deal with them, it's a bigger problem. But for the most part, you call and we want to repair and fix.
I think my relationship with my landlord could be improved if they would follow through with some of their commitments, such as putting the screens on our windows and putting new grass on the front lawn. I also think it would be improved by better communication about when we have problems, if they would just listen first before jumping to conclusions.
Communicate to our staff, pay rent on time, don't have parties.
So, landlord really doesn't do anything to help us around here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my head. I could probably have a whole list of things back at home, but I don't like going there because my landlord's so bad, it's a piece of...
Our house.